Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Darth Balls and Bourbon. I'm keeping it quiet because it's about 10 o'clock at night and both my wife and kid are sleeping. Anyway, welcome back. It's been a long time since I've done a video. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to do a little side by side, but I have a little bit of bias towards which one's going to be better. Got a new bottle last week from my local place, called me up, said, hey, do you want this? And I said, hell yeah. So yeah, we're going to do this bottle that I just got, this year's, versus a previous year that I got last year, even though it's previous to that. So anyway, we're going to do one of the best low proof bourbons in the game, as far as I'm concerned. I think a lot of people would agree. We're going to do a little side by side with Michters 10 bourbon. So, on the left here, this is a Michters 21H barrel, 2247. Not sure if you can see that, but Michters 10-year bourbon, 21H2247 versus my brand new bottle that I got for essentially retail cost, $199 plus tax, Michters 24A barrel. So you probably can't see that. But anyway, Michters 24A0542. Michters 10. If you've never had these, they are excellent. The Michters 10 Rye is also excellent. These are like 91 proof. No, I'm sorry, 94.4 proof. Yeah, both are 94.4 proof. I think all of them are excellent. All the ones I've tried anyway. The 21 I think I got for like $220-ish, like at a random store that had it priced lower than it probably should have been, considering everything else there was priced much higher than it should have been. So I wasn't too upset with that. And then, like I said, this newest one I just got for $199 plus tax. So same thing, ended up being like $210-ish out the door. I don't remember, somewhere thereabouts. Either way, less than secondary value. I had one sip of it the other night. It was very good. 21, also very good, but I think going strictly off of first drink, this one was significantly better. But that's why we're here. We're going to watch me drink both, and we're going to decide. All right, so comparison. So this glass here in the right hand, or your left, I don't know. This glass is the 24. This glass is the 21. Pretty similar to me. The 24 looks a little darker, but they're, it's not significantly different. But I would say the 24 definitely looks darker for those of you who care about the color of the whiskey, which I tend to like, or at least my brain likes darker. So, nose on the 21, excellent. Oaky, but also sweet, inviting, saying, come on down, have a little drink. Okay, some vanilla, certainly. 24, very similar. It just smells like more grown up. So like a little more oaky, a little more refined and robust. Nose on the 24 on the first little smell there. Certainly goes to the 24. 21 still smells very nice. But like the 24 just is kicked up a notch. I don't think I've had the 22. The 23, I've had both the A and the D barrels. Both are excellent. There's a significant gap on the secondary values of those. But once again, if you find these at retail or close to retail anywhere, you're not going to be upset with the purchase. I can pretty much guarantee that. This is one of the best lower proof or under 100 proof whiskeys you can probably get. So, bourbon wise. Anyway, let's start with this bad boy. 21, Michters 10 Bourbon. H barrel, for what it's worth. Michters just does something sub 100 proof so well. If you haven't figured out from watching my other videos, I'm a Michters whore. Not fanboy, just straight up whore. Like if Michters wanted to Hock Tuah on me, I would. Or I'd Hock Tuah on them. I don't know. I'm too old to know what the Hock Tuah is, but I would Hock Tuah, or they would Hock Tuah, and I would be totally happy with it. But this 21, very good. Kind of a little bit of a thinner mouthfeel, but just it's good. Good on the palate, covers all the tongue. Very good. Oaky, like I said, kind of vanilla-y. Shorter to medium finish, but incredibly good. So even though it's short, like a summer fling, it's so enjoyable that you're not even mad about it. So 21, very good. Let's take a little sip of agua. And on to the 24. That fucking nose, man. So good. All right, 24. A. Michters 10 Bourbon. Down the hatch. Sorry, Maddie. Stealing your lines. Also very good. Definitely more going on in the finish. Kind of similar. I mean, it's the same essential things, which this is disclaimer. I don't know. This is me speaking. Don't quote me. Don't say this guy knows nothing. Back to the thought. Michters, a lot of their stuff is apparently sourced. These are likely not Michters distillate. I have heard these are likely Brown-Forman distillate. I don't know that for sure. I don't think anyone that hasn't signed an NDA knows that for sure. But after that was brought into my mind, I was like, oh, I could see that. So it's hard to say. I will say anything with the Michters name on it, regardless of if it's the 10 bourbon, 10 rye, barrel strength, toasted barrel strength, toasted barrel bourbon, they've all been excellent. So I don't know which ones are theirs, and I don't know which ones are sourced. But I will say that pretty much all of those things I just named are excellent. And if you can find them for cost, or close to, or trade for them, you're pretty much not going to be upset with them. They're so good. But back to this one, Michters 10 Bourbon, 2021. It's just so good. The 21, it drinks higher than its 94 proof, but like in a very good way. Like to me, it's closer to the 108 range, but in the best way possible. Like I said, the only real knock on the 21 is that the finish is a little short for my liking. I would like it to linger a little bit longer. There's like a very subtle bit that sticks around, But overall, it's kind of on your tongue, swallow, and it's gone within like 5 seconds. And then you're wanting like, come back, please. Anyway, that was my attempt at like using the camera. 21 is excellent. We're gonna not cleanse the old palate and just go straight to the 24. 24A. Like I said, the nose by far is more robust, a little more oaky, a little more traditional bourbon smelling, but both are just so good. All right, 2024. The mouthfeel is like a little more creamy, definitely. So a little more viscosity on the mouthfeel, which is a plus. I think in terms of on the tongue, I get very similar things. There's not a huge difference between them. Once again, amateur whiskey taster here. But that finish is so much longer, sticks around. I mean, it's been 10, 15 seconds probably since I swallowed that bad boy. And it's still there. And it's just like, once again, you're like, oh yeah, that's good. That's very good. So if I'm comparing the two, 24, definitely better. 21, still excellent. The 23 I've had has also been excellent. A lot of people get stuck in the barrel version or the year version, as goes with any annual release or different barrel versions of an annual release. I think any of these higher allocated or more rare options are all going to be excellent. You're not going to be upset with them if you get them at cost or like close to. But I would say if I'm comparing the two, 2024, Barrel A, Michters 10-year bourbon, excellent, very good. 21, like I said, also very good. Not a whole lot more to say. If I'm giving it a rating, 21, probably, I don't know, 8.2. And then the 24A, probably at 8.5, 8.6. I think they're both excellent whiskey. The only knock you can give on these, even though they punch higher than their proof, is that you want a little bit higher proof. And I'm not a proof whore, but I will just say that the higher the proof, generally you get a little bit more on the palate, you get a little bit better mouthfeel, you get a lot better finish, usually. But I think Michter's 10, bourbon or rye, does an absolutely excellent job with their lower proof offerings. So anyway, these are excellent, very good. Would highly recommend 8+ ratings on both of them. Is the 24 better? Absolutely. And should you go get one? If you got the means, absolutely. If you can trade for one, absolutely. If you don't like it and want to give it to me, absolutely. Anyway, first video in a long time, a little rusty. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and I don't remember what else I'm supposed to say. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys and gals, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Later.